Hello guys, welcome back to Game Development Tutorials. Today, we are working more with the Unity Space Shooter, and today we are making the enemies actually shoot at us. Okay, so right now, the enemies can be pushed side to side. I do not really like that. So I'm just gonna go into the rigid body component, go under constraints, and just check the freeze position on the X. And now it cannot move side to side, it can only move up and down. I really do not know what these errors are. They do not affect the game at all. So you can just press clear and the errors will go away. So yeah. And by the way, if you have in Visual Studio, if we just double click the enemy script, and there we go. Hold on. There we go. Okay. If you get a red underlined word like this, that means that whatever you put over the underlined thing is wrong. So you can fix it by either retyping it or hovering over it and pressing Alt and Enter. It will show you some fixes. The green one is the correct thing, and the red one is the not correct thing. So then you can retype it so it matches the correct thing. Okay, I'm gonna go back into Unity. So that was just a demonstration. And now we will add a new script to the enemy. So we will just click add component, enemy shoot, then press enter once for new script, and press enter twice for create and add. So in total, you should click enter twice. Okay, then let's drag the enemy script into the scripts folder, then let go. And then, like I said in the first video, if you see this asterisk next to the main scene, or if you see it right here, then you can press Control S or Command S on Mac to save the project. Okay, now I'm going to double click on the enemy shoot script to open it up in Visual Studio. Okay, we're doing good. 3 minutes. Okay, so this will be a bit different than the player shoots. Almost completely different, actually. Okay, so let's just delete the void and start method, the update and start, and we have to define a couple of variables. We have to define a public float. Let's call this shoot speed, and then we will have to define a private float for shoot speed time. Okay, we will also have to define two more things. Public game object, bullet prefab, then one more, public transform fire point. Okay, and make sure to end each line in a semicolon, because remember that's basically like a period in English writing. Okay, so now in our update method, and remember the update method runs every frame, so void update. Then inside here, I will teach you how to write basically a timer, because we cannot do invoke repeating like we did it in the player shoot, or else it will wait that amount of time, but then it will just keep shooting without any weight. You can try it, but it will fail. Believe me, I've done that mistake a lot. So what we have to do, if shoot speed time is less than or equal to 0, so if the countdown went all the way down, then we will call a shoot method, which we do not have yet. So we will see the underline red. So let's just create the shoot method right now. Void shoot. Okay, just so we're not gonna write anything in here now. I just want to get rid of that red. Okay, now at the end we can just say shoot speed time is equal to shoot time. And then after this if statement, we can write else it will do shoot speed time minus equals time dot delta time. So what that is basically saying is every frame it will decrease by 0.001, and it will keep doing that until this is equal to 0, and when it is equal to 0, then it will shoot. Okay, so we have to do one more thing in the start method, so we can just say void start. So yet again, this method is so it's ever in here is called at the very start of the game. So we can say shoot speed time is equal to shoot speed. Okay, now we actually have to do something in the shoot method. This is where we'll actually shoot. So we can go into the player shoot script, and then we can just let's just copy this, go back into the enemy shoot script, and paste. We only need one bullet, so, and you will see a lot of red marks, but don't worry, we'll get rid of those. So we can get rid of the second instantiate and the second destroy. Okay, now we just need to make these red marks go away. So let's just say bullet GO, not bullet GO1 for one. So we want to instantiate the bullet. We want to instantiate the bullet prefab. So yet again, how instantiate works, it takes in the thing that you want to clone, where you want to clone it, and what rotation you want to clone it at. So we want to clone the bullet prefab at the firepoint dot position and with the firepoint dot rotation. Then we do the as a game object, so we can just destroy it later because we do not want it to fill the project and make everything lag. Okay, so now we can go back into Unity, wait for it to be done compiling, and there we go. Let's just say shoot speed, let's just say 0.75 just for a test. And then for the fire point, yet again we have to make a fire point. So we can go into the scene view and go to the enemy, and then right click on the enemy game object in the hierarchy and say create empty. And we just want to call this empty fire point. Okay, then we are going to have to rotate this 180 degrees on the Y axis. Actually, we have to rotate it 360 degrees on the y-axis. So make sure that this blue arrow is pointing to the front of the enemy ship. Okay, Then let's just drag now let's just drag on the blue arrow until it is about right here. Okay, that looks good. Wow, the bloom is hurting my eyes a lot. Wow, ouch. Okay, so now we can click back on the enemy spaceship, scroll down to the enemy shoot script, and just drag in the fire point into the fire point slot. Okay, now I have to make a bullet prefab. So we can just, in the project panel, go under the prefab folder, and we can just duplicate by pressing Control D while we select the bullet prefab to make a duplicate of it. So we will just call this duplicate, so we can just right click on it and call it enemy bullet. Okay, that looks good. And then we can just set the speed to maybe 50. 35. Okay. So now we can go back to the enemy spaceship, and for the bullet prefab, we can just drag in the enemy bullet. Okay, just like that. Now the enemy should shoot every 0.75 seconds. There we go, he shoots. Okay, I do not know what that lag spike was. Yeah, that only happened once. Whoa. I think that's just for me, because I don't know why it's downloading this to OneDrive, but we'll check it out later. Okay. So I think that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed, because hey, we made an enemy shoot. And the next video will be the spawner system, so these enemies can actually keep spawning instead of just a one-time thing. Let me just check one more thing. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna add the engine particle effect to the enemy as well. I think I'm just gonna make it a bit more red. So we can go under the player game object and click on the fire effect, and yet again we can just press Control D to duplicate it and drag that under the enemy spaceship. Let's just rename this to fire effect again, and we can just reset the Z. And of course we have to rotate it on the y-axis by 180 degrees. Let's just drag it out to about right there. And I'm just going to make this effect a little shorter. So we can do that by changing the lifetime to maybe 0.1. And then let's go under the fire effect, go to glow, and set the lifetime to between 0.1 and 0.15. Whoop. Okay, I think that looks good. I am going to change it to a bit more red. So we can just scroll down and go under color over lifetime. And we can just click on this. And instead of it being purple, just drag this all the way over here so it's more red. Then we can click on this one, little tab, click on the color, and drag this all the way to the red slot. We're going to have to do that one more time with the actual fire effect. So let's select that, go under color over lifetime, click on the color, and go under this purple slot, click on this, and drag this little ring right there. Then, last time, click on this little tab, click on the color, then drag the ring. Okay, I think that looks good. So now, let's just enjoy what we have created. Beautiful. Okay, just so you know, you can leave now. There will be no important information, but for people who want to know what the ending product will be like, but do not want to watch the ending video because it's not even out yet, we'll basically have a full-blown arcade game. So there'll be an enemy spawner, different types of enemies, different waves of enemies, a main menu, and a shop where you can upgrade your spaceships. So yeah, that is all for this video. I hope you have enjoyed, and see you in the next one. Bye, guys.